Where are all the good men? If you a good man, please step to the front. And if you wondering about us good women, we're around. I mean, we probably at home. We'll come out, do what we got to do. We mind our own business, and then we right back at home. So if you happen to run into one of us good women, you better think fast, okay? Because it might be a missed opportunity.
The good men are gone. They checked out, and the women acting like this got left behind. Hit like and subscribe on the way in, and let's get into it.
Alright, so everybody keeps telling me there's all these wonderful men out there that'll take you on dates and buy you flowers and do sweet things for you. And everywhere I look, there's all these men on TikTok that are talking about how they would love that kind of opportunity with a woman and all of these things. And I don't seem to understand why I can't find them. Can someone point me in the right direction, please? Thank you.
These women burned through their best years looking down on regular, everyday men who probably would have treated them really well. Then, once the fun part is over, suddenly they expect those same guys to still be there. But no, it doesn't work like that. You keep disrespecting a man, don't act confused when he leaves.
As a single woman, I'm getting a little worried when I scroll on this app that like all of the good single men, 30-year-olds and up, or near that range, they are, if they're single, they're staying inside and doing exactly what I would want to do, which is like binge a show and like order and take out. Like why when I'm scrolling, I'm seeing all these like cute men who look like they have their head on their shoulders. They probably don't. Let's just be fucking real. But they're all like staying inside. Like,
This is why she's single. Even while complaining that she can't find a good man, she still can't stop herself from taking shots and painting him like he's the problem. At some point, guys have better things to do than sit there and be insulted by some random woman acting like that.
what I'm trying to do is text a girlfriend and be like, hey, you know what? Instead of me cuddling into bed and binging all of Real Housewives, let's go out. Because I'm just hoping that one day, like, I meet my husband, like, meet cute randomly. Like, I gotta go out and do that, right? I have to, like, actually put myself out there. I have to actually do my makeup and, like, put on a cute outfit and do that, you know? Crazy concept. But I have a fear that all of the good single 30-year-old men are doing the opposite. Hey, get out there. Please. Stop ordering takeout by your fucking self and wait for me to be there with you to do it, okay? Fuck, literally, I don't... Probably gonna run into a douchebag. Pray for me.
He could have had that kind of life with her if she wasn't this unbearable and could give men even the bare minimum level of respect. But even while she's sitting there upset about being alone, she still has to come off combative and unattractive. That part is on her, completely.
Where are all the good men that don't cheat? Where are all the good men that still respect women to understand that they don't deserve to be played with, lied to, and manipulated? Where are all the good men that want to prioritize their family, their girlfriends, and the people around them that matter? Where are all the good men that know the sacrifice of a woman when she's at home with the kids or she's making a house a home and they appreciate it? Where are all the men that are happy to go to work every single day knowing that the home and the house that they built is because they sacrificed time away from their children?
Those men are everywhere. That's not the issue. The issue is they never seem to count because the women being discussed keep piling on ridiculous standards and expecting men to carry all of it. And honestly, why would any guy make those kinds of sacrifices for someone that entitled and ungrateful?
Where are all the good men that are trying to balance work, a romantic relationship, their kids, trying to do all the right things and still feel like they're falling short? Where are all the good men that understand that women can be crazy, but you love them anyway? Where are all the good men that understand that things are not always going to be easy, but they're not going to go out and cheat or be out in the club to fill their ego instead of making it work within their relationship? Where are all the good men that still have integrity? They do exactly what they say they're going to do and they never fall short. Where are these men? Because according to women, there are no good ones left. Okay, bye.
You can't excuse this woman's behavior by going, well, she's just a little crazy sometimes. No, that's not what this is. What's happening here is she expects everything and brings basically nothing back to the table. Then, when a man says no thanks, she throws a fit.
So I'm convinced that there are no good single men. I want to be wrong about this. I truly want to be wrong about this. But the more that I date, the more I find not good men. And the more that I talk to people about men that are single, I hear bad things about them, or like I experience them while I'm dating. So somebody convince me that I'm wrong. Somebody give me some hope. I don't know. I'm disheartened and convinced that it's impossible.
There's actually a pretty simple reason for it. The kind of men this woman wants, the ones who hit her look standard and her money standard, do not want to commit to her. There's no incentive there. Those guys are in their prime, and her best years are already well behind her.
The inherent fact that men are evil, that is true. Like man as a whole is evil. Like just as an entity, a general idea. Men have inflicted violence and oppression on the world in ways that are irreparable. Like, it's okay if we say that out loud. It's okay if we say that men are inherently evil. It's like, it's not all men, but for some reason, always a man. Every time something terrible happens, always a man, like 99% of the time. So I feel like it's a lot simpler than people may think. I don't hate my man.
You cannot sit there saying men are evil across the board, then suddenly make a special exception for the one man in your life. That makes no sense. And she basically showed exactly why a lot of men don't even bother anymore. Why would a guy waste his time with a woman who already thinks he's evil?
I hate most men. And for me, I think given what men have done to me personally, to people I love, and the world as a whole, if they all start guilty and have to work their way to innocent, it's not really a big deal to me. I feel very convicted in that. It's very if you're not awful, prove it. Yeah. Quit talking about it and fucking do it. Because the men who complain that they really hate hearing oh, what about all men? Oh, all men, all men. A lot of this, not a lot of action.
If this woman really thinks men are supposed to prove they're innocent over something that ridiculous, then there's no reason to even try. Nothing a man says is going to be enough for her. She's way too determined to be right no matter what.
Ladies, where have all the good men gone? Do you want to know where they went? They have retreated to their homes. Do you want to know why? Because the good men are the ones that have put in so much effort and had women trash them for putting in the effort. They've had women take advantage of them because they want to be a gentleman, they want to open the doors, they want to pay for your dinner, and you just expect that that is supposed to happen.
A lot of men have taken years of hate and bitterness from women acting like this. Everything they do gets dismissed, minimized, or treated like it's just the bare minimum. Then those same women act stunned when men stop engaging and want no part of dating them.
The idea that you should have multiple men pandering after you just to see which one is the best is atrocious. And this is coming from someone who very clearly wants traditional values in a man and in a relationship. But I am not going to be ignorant to the idea that I'm going to have to contribute something to that relationship too. I am going to have to put in the effort as well.
The whole idea of effort in a relationship seems completely lost on women acting like this. They don't even seem to understand what the word means anymore. To them, it's just some term that annoys them. So the expectation becomes, the man does everything, and she does less than nothing to help the relationship actually function.
I'm going to have to be able to communicate and have conversation and be really comfortable with who I am, but at the same time understand that if I want a man to be comfortable with himself, I am going to have to allow him the ability to feel comfortable when he is in my presence. None of this, oh, well, you have to do this and you need to do that. And if you don't handle this, then I'm out. Do I have expectations? Of course I have expectations. My expectations are rooted in having morals and values and being a gentleman and understanding what that means. That means that I am not taking advantage of them just so that I can get a date.
Women acting like this turn relationships into hostage situations. They treat the guy badly, pile on ridiculous demands, and then start making absurd threats when they don't get what they want. That's a real good way to end up alone for a very long time.
knowing what I know, if I didn't know what I know, I wouldn't date her.
But I do feel like maybe you're up a little high on like the check boxes of women.
No.
I feel like a lot of guys, they don't have that standard that you have.
There's so many,
true,
but
Pat.
there's so many good dudes in the world.
I'm still waiting for one to come around for all my single friends. And they're out there dating. So where are they?
Hold on.
Where are they? We need to know because I don't know about that.
You got to say which single friends you're dating.
Bro.
Now, you have to tell me in
honestly,
this, but...
What women like this don't seem to get is, if you want a good man, you actually have to be a good woman too. And being combative, refusing to hear a man out, and constantly acting like a problem is not that. It's not attractive. It just tells a guy she's going to be a headache.
But some of them, I'm just like...
There's not a lot of good single dudes. I'm just saying.
There's so many good single dudes.
Where?
But some of these...
I will have to say a lot of the girls I know would say... Where, bro? They're playing games. They're standing me up. They're not texting me back. They're freaking... Where are the guys? They're not at the bars. What, at freaking church? Like, no.
Oh, then never mind. Yeah, I mean...
I didn't meet you at the church.
Nah, but...
They've got it backwards. They can go wherever they want, sure, but the good men they actually want are just not interested. Doesn't matter if it's a bar, a church, or the grocery store. The kind of men they want have checked out, because from their point of view, there's just no reason to date women acting like this.
I feel like just with the times now, it would be so hard to date.
Yeah,
and like
okay, I can't talk about dating. No, I wouldn't.
So what do you mean then? You said there's a bunch of single good
Yeah,
dudes.
there's what I mean. There's a bunch of good dudes, but it's also like, ask all those questions. Like, what are you doing? Are you playing games? Ask the exact same thing for them.
For the women?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She said it herself. She's chasing the bad boys, the guys who won't text back and don't take her seriously. Those men have options. They might give her a few dates, maybe some attention for a minute, but that's about as far as that was ever going to go.
Where are all the good men? Well, I'm sorry to tell you this, ladies, but they're done. They've walked away from today's modern women. They're done with dating, done with marriage, done with relationships. And no, ladies, it's not because they're scared, like you all are telling each other is the case. No, the real reason they're leaving is because they don't see a point in relationships anymore.
Women acting like this have made it pretty clear that being a good man isn't enough for them. He has to be perfect. And if he falls short in any way, then suddenly he gets buried in insults and accusations. So, yeah, a lot of guys found peace in just walking away. But anyway, that's where we're leaving this one. Don't forget to subscribe on the way out. Click the video on screen if you want more. Take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you in the next one.